outrage into action. The tragic loss of life here in Newtown, Connecticut has sparked a flurry of social media activity. Since Friday's mass shootings, around 175,000 people have signed a petition on the White House's We the People site calling for gun control legislation. On Twitter, people are responding to the call from NBC's Ann Curry to commit 26 acts of kindness in memory of the victims. Eric Averbaum is associate publisher and co-founder of Social Media Magazines. Eric, it's good of you to be with us. And we have seen this before, especially in recent years, this flood of social media reaction to a disaster or tragedy. It does, though, as I was just discussing with Howard, seem different this time. Instead of people just venting or expressing their outrage, they're actually trying to do something. Are you seeing social media as a real catalyst this time for some serious change?
Well, as we've discussed before, the Obama administration has made social media part of the landscape, I think, in this incredible tragedy, which is incredibly emotional for the entire country, if not the world. I think that social media is playing a big role in moving the dialogue forward. And I'm happy to see that there is something good that might come out of this, but it's very difficult to see anything good while we're all in this period of mourning. It's quite tragic.
It is. And in the meantime, the NRA has been silent since the tragedy unfolded, took down its Facebook page. It has not tweeted since Thursday. What's the strategy behind that, do you think?
Well, the NRA did, exactly what they needed to do. They had to do. The NRA can't say anything now. They can't, they can't whisper a word without getting slammed by anybody. And as you see the politicians, too, nobody is going to say anything that doesn't fit with the sentiment of the country right now that's grieving.
Part of the grieving process has been done on social media now, and I've heard from people in this community how much it's helped, to see tweets that people have sent to them. In some cases, in the case of the daughter of one of the victims this morning, she said she's gotten thousands. Yeah. There's a dark side, though. Connecticut State Police are saying that they are looking to arrest people who have posted misinformation about these shootings, impersonating both the shooter and investigators, which it just seems unfathomable to me that someone would want to add to the heartache.
It is unfathomable.
My question is, how easy is it for someone to do that, and how complicated or not will it be for police to find out and prosecute who's behind it?
Anybody can say anything they want, on the internet. It is unfathomable. It's ununderstandable. And people don't understand that actually impedes and interferes with the integrity of an investigation. The state police in Connecticut have done an incredible job of both doing an investigation, letting the public know information that we can know when we can know it, but they make it very clear that if you didn't hear it on the microphones in front of the lieutenant, then it's not a fact. Unfortunately, there's an enormous amount of misinformation, and it's truly ununderstandable. People need to know that, one, it is a crime, and two, digital fingerprints, they're all over the place. You will be caught, and when there is time, because there isn't right now, we have much bigger issues to deal with. When there is time, you will be caught. It's just absurd and, awful, awful thing to say.
Well, let's end on the positive side of it. This overwhelming response, for example, to Ann Curry's tweet to commit 26 acts of kindness. Here's a couple of responses. Loading up on 26 turkeys and hams to donate to the local food shelf. Another woman tweets, I'm making Christmas happen for a single mom who otherwise would not have had it. And then there's this picture of Fred Rogers that's gone viral on Facebook that includes a quote from Mr. Rogers on how to talk to kids. When I was a boy and I would see scary things in the news, my mother would say to me, look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping. To this day, especially in times of disaster, I remember my mother's words, and I'm always comforted by realizing that there are still so many helpers, so many caring people in the world. As of going on the air at 10 o'clock this morning, that had been shared more than 89,000 times. Eric, what are you seeing?
There you see some good in social media, some very good in social media. There is a way to constructively deliver a message that helps people in this very, very tragic time. And that is very positive and should be encouraged, and everybody should be involved in that way.
Eric Averbaum, always good to have you, and we'll be right back.